Hey there, everyone, and welcome back to the Mom's Sweat Sanity podcast. I am diving a little bit more personal and vulnerable today. Today's episode is one I just feel like will hit home for a lot of you. And the concept, the conversation around vulnerability and authenticity has been very prevalent in all of the communities that I am within right now. And so, yeah, if you've been feeling stuck, exhausted, unmotivated, or like your spark has just dimmed, I want you to lean in because I promise you this much. You are not lazy. You're burnt out. You're probably underfueled. You're carrying the weight of expectations no one could possibly sustain and still somehow blaming yourself for not keeping up. Today, we're going to talk about what burnout really looks like for women and moms, how it shows up physically and emotionally, and how we can start rebuilding from a place of fuel, grace, and leadership. I've been up and down in moods more than I can count. There have been seasons where I've been thriving, pushing hard, being able to chase goals, feeling like I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. And then there's others where it felt like the light just went out. I remember through my early days being in and out of my doctor's office constantly. I was searching for answers. Why did I want to cry all the time? Why did my brain feel foggy? Why couldn't I think straight or focus? And the hardest part, on paper, more or less everything looked perfect. Healthy kids, supportive husband, career I loved, or things at that time that I loved, not career if defined by. But so why did I feel like I was drowning? That little voice inside said, what so many of us hear, you should be fine. You should be grateful. You shouldn't feel this way. But I wasn't fine. I was burnt out. I was under-rested, over-expected, and completely disconnected with myself. I found answers once I moved to more of a hormone and naturopathic specialist and realized that my cortisols were off. I was in severe burnout. But if I'm being honest, I know exactly where the pattern began. The figure it out complex, I'll call it. The belief that I had to do it all alone. It started in childhood. I remember being little and terrified of losing a parent when something happened. Then later, when I was still young, but later, I did lose someone in my family who meant the world to me. And I felt completely alone. Everyone around me was grieving, and I didn't want to add to anyone's pain. So I began to go inward. That's where the pattern started. Pretending I was fine, not asking for help, carrying it all. As a teenager, that turned into chasing attention, looking for love in places that would never give it back to me. It was the only way I knew to be seen. So when burnout hit me as an adult, the feelings around that weren't new. Burnout, in terms of what that actually means, was new, but the feelings were not new. It was just the same little girl, all grown up, still trying to hold it all together on her own. And now I know so many women listening right now can relate. Because as I said, this feels like a repetitive conversation. What burnout looks like for women are a multitude of symptoms and signals. It can be exhaustion that sleep does not fix, loss of joy in things that you used to love, brain fog, anxiety, mood shifts, feeling constantly behind no matter how much you really do, and even shame for feeling tired or for feeling unmotivated or for sitting on the couch when you just need a break. Globally, 42% of women report burnout compared to 30% of men, and that gap keeps widening. 53% of women say their stress levels are higher than last year. Nearly half feel burnt out. And among working parents, 65% report burnout, anxiety, or depression symptoms. One last little stat here for you. A recent survey found that many working moms burn out before age 45. And here's what I find so important. It's not just that women do more, it's that we hold more. The invisible load, the mental to-do lists, emotional labor, worrying, anticipating, all of that creates stress our bodies were never designed to carry nonstop. And that's where the underfuel piece comes in. We are physically depleted. Not enough protein, not enough water, not enough sleep, not enough pause. We're running on empty, but still expecting ourselves to perform like we're fully charged. What if discipline isn't about pushing harder? It's about listening closer. When women start identifying the early signs of burnout and also intentionally refueling, our capacity skyrocket. Women run the world. Here's the truth. We are the connectors, the organizers, the bridge builders. Studies show companies led by women often have higher team engagement, better communication, and stronger emotional intelligence cultures. It's not because we do more. It's because we lead from connection. But that connection can't exist if we're constantly running on fumes. When we start honoring rest, nourishment, and community, we stop reacting and start leading. That's the work we do inside Momentum Collective. We rebuild from the inside out. We learn to ask for help. We set boundaries that serve our future, not our fear. We learn to fuel our bodies with movement and protein and strength training because women, strong women, handle life better, period. Here are a few things to start right now. Audit your energy. What's draining you? What's filling you? Refuel intentionally. Sleep, hydrate, eat protein, move daily. Set boundaries. Start with one a week. Just one, practicing no without apology. Reconnect to your why. When you remember who you are, motivation stops being a mystery. And find your people. Because we are never meant to do life alone. Imagine it's the end of November and you've joined Momentum in Motion, or you've found that community that you really need and you've shown up for yourself daily. Daily movement, hydration, strength twice a week, protein goals, and connection with women who get it. You head into December not drained, but alive. You feel clear, confident, present. That's not a fantasy. That's what happens when you stop calling yourself lazy and start fueling your life. There are also sides of this that do require you to seek medical help. Because doctors, naturopaths, functional medicine, they can do labs. They can see if there is a reason why you are feeling this way outside of your energy audit, internally of you. But for the things you can control, here's my invitation. If this episode spoke to you, join Momentum in Motion, our month-long health and wellness challenge inside Momentum Collective. It's where we combine accountability, alignment, and community to help you create lasting energy before the year ends. Because when you show up for yourself, everything else starts to align. You can find the link in the show notes. But come and see what coaching and community can really do for your mind, for your body, and for your goals. And if you're already part of the collective, this is your reminder, we start now. And you're in it already. Thank you so much for being here, for sharing this space, and for giving yourself permission to not do it alone. You are seen. You are so valued. You are capable of more than you realize. Move with purpose, rest with intention, and live your momentum. And to my women in the Momentum Collective, thank you for inspiring today's podcast. I see you, I hear you, and I love you all.